Hey guys, welcome to Black Angus Reviews. This is breaking news in Comicsgate. Thanks to Gateway into Comics, I think that's his channel. Go subscribe to him. Follow him on Twitter. He shared, I'm not sure how he came across this, but there's a joint statement about the Waid v. Meyer case, the Tortious interference case, that he's been chugging along fighting for what? Going on 4 years come this summer, I think. That's where I first heard about all this was 2017 Jawbreakers. It got popular because of EVS covering it and made a lot of money. And then Cyberfrog, of course, set the standard, set the bar for Comicsgate. And this is important because this was our rallying cry. This is what kind of piqued everyone's interest in Comicsgate before Cyberfrog, was this guy trying to print through an indie company his comic and have, because he's a supposed Nazi, Mark Waid interfering and essentially intimidating Antarctic Press to not print his work. At least that's the argument made by Meyer. And clearly being a backer Jawbreakers and being a Comicsgate and stuff because of this impetus, this catalyst, I believed them, and I'm doing my part to support the cause. And I think it's just always good, whether it's the Snyder Cut or like Comicsgate, to always whether you like the product or the person making it, to always support making art in its purest form possible. And that's not, generally speaking, through corporate means and by corporate shills and whatnot, company men. Well, let me pull this up on my photos. Here's the statement. It says, joint statement from Richard Meyer and Mark Waid on September 19, 2018, so less than 4 years. Plaintiff Richard Meyer filed a lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Texas against defendant Mark Waid that asserted claims of tortious interference with contract and defamation arising out of the intended publication of a comic book by Antarctic Press entitled Jawbreakers. Following jurisdictional discovery and motions practice, a first amended complaint was filed on July 24, 2019. Since the filing of the lawsuit, Jawbreakers has been successfully published, and COVID-19 has significantly impacted the world around us. Upon consideration of all the circumstances, the parties have jointly decided that it is in the best interests of all concerned in the comic book community at large for this litigation to end, and Mr. Meyer has decided to voluntarily dismiss the lawsuit. Neither party has admitted any liability or responsibility, can claim to have achieved any victory, and both have agreed to assume their own fees and costs. With the dismissal of the lawsuit, the parties have executed a confidential agreement and have no interest in continuing this dispute in the public arena or anywhere else. All right, so what does that mean? What am I interpreting from that? I appreciate anyone in the comments that might have better expertise on the matter, but it sounds like either Meyer, something happened with like evidence or something where it's like this was the hook, line, sinker, and turns out, dismissed or not accepted by the judge as evidence, or it didn't mean shit, and that's what he thought his ace in the hole was, or he got a huge payout compared to whatever the payout was for winning the case. But I thought this was all about principle. That's the whole reason I was, supporting this and, like rah. I think it's why we all were, aside from all the things that have popped up afterwards, products and, creators that we like and the memes, if your war campaign, Hell Brothers. But I've said in the past, this is the marquee. You've had grifters like Critias, you've had infighting and, kind of backstabbing by creators big and small and whatnot. It's a well-documented war campaign. If this is lost, this is the final nail. Like, who talks about Kick Vic anymore? The case was thrown out. Now it's like, oh, we just forget about that. It's not really an argument anymore because the legal system said there's no case here. And now you have this marquee case, this argument being thrown out the window. Essentially, it seems by Meyer deciding to, for whatever reason that he's not disclosing. So Gateway into Comics said, Chase, he said, oh, so now you're just saying, for one, everyone that's conservative publicly is, not in comics, if they were. And now this is giving a win to the proverbial SJWs to, continue calling customers and fans and whatnot Nazis if they're Trumpers, if they're right-wing, if they're conservative, libertarian, what if they don't fit the fluid dress standard of the left. You're canceled, and we don't want your money, you don't want your business, you don't exist, canceled. This is a big blow. I don't know if people realize, it's kind of funny because I've always been a guy this last year or two with your boy always dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodging the CG label, and working with Sashi and who else knows who for his work. That this dude ain't CG. Whatever he started, that he's a godfather of, maybe he didn't realize what he's going to start, and or he doesn't like what he started, or he doesn't want to accept responsibility. Whatever the case, this dude is not in it, and there's been a lot of trying to still rope him in. UBS has tried to kind of pin him down as CG and whatnot. Dude doesn't want part of this. He just wants to make his work. And that's fine, but it's kind of just be up front, and he's not, because that might hurt his audience and his backers, because those are my initial thoughts on this topic. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But what a blow to Comicsgate, the whole rallying cry behind it of fighting SJWs and their interference and their intimidation. The marquee case that could be a precedent and a standard to build on and to legitimize our arguments and, put a damper on SJWs in the industry. That's gone. That's gone. This is a loss, You could say Vietnam was a draw, but really it was a loss for America, and this is a loss for Comicsgate. I'll still carry the banner with my Brothers in War campaign, but the general movement, this cuts the knees out from under it. And it's going to be interesting to see the fallout of this case, because this was a big argument, and now it's null and void. Let me know again what you think in the comments. Let's discuss, and talk to y'all next time. Hail Comicsgate, or at least Hail War Campaign.